Hello YouTubes, my name is Stanley Parable, welcome back to Stanley Parable. Yes, since last time I tried to fix my audio a little bit because it was always taking my computer noises for some weird reason. So let's see if this works. And yes, last time we got a couple of endings, and this time let's go from between doors, let's go to the right and see what's going to happen. Nearly there. There we go. Again! You don't know because I'm cutting it always, but that first loading, that's a long one.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I feel like it's like a 20-second or something, 30-second
When Stanley
load.
came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and
Really
Stanley
now?
knew it perfectly well.
Did I
Perhaps
know?
he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Did I know? Will I know?
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Do not jump from a cargo lift while it's in motion. Will cause death. So let's do that then.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
Really now?
What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Well,
Yes.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Well, how about no?
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
No, I don't want.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
No.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door. All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Okay. I think we have to come back here and
You
go
see?
through the red door.
There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you?
Yes.
Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I
No.
did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this
Really?
is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work
Yeah.
with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
Okay.
There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Let's go to a middle.
Oh, of course. A 3. Really? Maybe next time we can get you to form an actual opinion, you know? Any level of critical thinking or engagement with your surroundings. Does that sound good? Think we can do that? Yes?
Come on, man.
Wonderful. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's
Okay.
take a look.
What's this? Well, to the leaderboard. Are these numbers real? I don't think these are real. Right. I don't think those numbers are real.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
No.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
Okay.
You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect.
No.
Let me boot it up.
Well, the good news is it's
In this game,
my
the baby crawls
mic
left
isn't taking the
towards
computer
danger.
noise so much.
You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Well, this is annoying.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here? Yes, this seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Loading. Wait, what?
Well, Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired.
Wait,
a game
what?
I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley. Will it ever be enough?
Wait,
well, I'll say
what?
this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose.
Can we jump?
Watch this, Stanley.
No?
I'm going to build a house. This will go here, no, here, and then...
Are you building a TNT cannon?
Let's see, what does it need? Yes, of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete.
Really?
Stanley. Look at it. Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy.
There ain't even
but you've
a
only
room
seen it
for
from the outside. You've only gotten half the experience. Please, step inside and make yourself comfortable.
There ain't even room for a bed.
Isn't it grand? Isn't it perfect?
No.
It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond
Really?
Everything. Yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
Okay. Where'd we go? Yeah. And how are we going to get back
Oh
up?
my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. Have you brought a light?
Well, there is gold there. Can we get it? No, of course not. Gravel. Shrooms.
Oh, no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear. Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds couldn't save this one.
Oh, zombie somewhere.
Okay, new game.
Oh, come on. I was having fun. Well then. He said new game. What next? Grand Theft Auto? Don't tell me. Don't tell me.
Yes, I don't even know what this game is,
Portal.
but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
Nice. Okay, so we need...
Ooh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte.
Come on.
Genius.
There we go.
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games. And
Come
I
on.
highly doubt you're any wiser for the experience. Which is why, rather than continue to waste my time, I'm just going to leave you here. You can pretend you've beaten the game if it makes it any richer for you, but as for me, I've
What's
had
down
enough.
there?
So, why don't you get cozy in this room, and if you have any grand revolutionary ideas for the perfect video game, you can just sit there and let it ball up inside you for all eternity. I don't need your advice.
Okay.
I don't need your ratings. And I certainly don't need the validation of a man whose job is to push buttons.
Oh, come on,
I
man.
think I'll just go about my business, making meaningful cultural contributions to the world. And perhaps every now and then I'll think back to a man named Stanley who was objectively wrong in every decision he ever made.
Right. The hell? Oh. All right, we are back. Where the hell are we? Ah, it's so dark. Can't see anything. Oh. Oh. Are we going back to our office? Room? Desk? Yeah. Well, this is different. Are we supposed to do something in here? Well, okay then.
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon.
Any minute now. Oh. Well, okay then. I think that might have been one of the endings. Maybe. Well, that was certainly fun playing Minecraft and Portal.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days? Centuries? Did something crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful with time from now on.
Really? Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by
Now
the
then, let's
employee
go to
lounge
the
first,
right,
just to
red
admire
door.
it. Wow,
To the red
Yes,
door.
this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Have we
I'm
now?
not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's
Really?
someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
And
Someone
who
you've
that might be?
forgotten. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Okay.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door. Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. You see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time. The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you
Running,
see
running,
that it's
running, and
kinda
running,
Stanley?
running, running.
I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Hello, darkness. Oh.
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
Really now? Yeah, let's go here.
No, wait. Where are you going?
Away.
Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Really?
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Oh. And he's going for
Please, Stanley, think about what
360.
you're doing.
no scone flip.
No! Oh, thank God you lived. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Pocahontas.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that?
No.
My God. Is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You were literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
Yeah.
Or
Come
maybe
on.
you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours. Is it over?
There we go.
It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Now let's go with
When Stanley came to a set of two open, this was not the correct
with
way to the meeting
elevator
room,
or
and
whatever
Stanley
that
knew it
stuff is.
perfectly well.
Stuff? No.
Perhaps he wanted to stop
Thing.
by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Employee
The lounge was sublime,
lounge.
a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Oh no.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
Oh.
Someone you've forgotten about.
Really?
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Who's
This is it,
her?
Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Oh.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Wait. Why is this scored like this?
As Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
Yes,
no, that
it
wasn't
seems
supposed
like...
to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner?
What?
You're not Stanley. You're a real person. I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world. Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But
Really?
if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Stephen has a choice. He could spend years helping improve the quality of life for citizens of impoverished third world nations.
Like
or
you
he
say.
could systematically set fire to every orphan living in a 30-kilometer radius of his house.
Like in
Which choice
USA.
would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Well, okay then. That was weird.
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Ah, welcome back. You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Okay.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Well, this certainly is different. So we go all the way back.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Will I now?
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I wonder if there's more.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided
Well,
to
okay
go
then.
up to his boss's
Let's
office,
go with,
hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Wait, what?
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code. Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Night Shark 115? Was it 5?
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
What was the code again?
Okay, fine, you're not gonna do it, but you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward.
Well, okay.
Behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Doubtless.
behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
I'm not talking.
All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, behave exactly as Stanley
The
would.
hell?
That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
Oh, do
All
we have to
right.
wait until...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
The hell?
exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story
Okay,
first.
let's go
I'm
to the
quite
right
sure
then.
you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
Is
All
that
right.
supposed to happen?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Seriously, is that supposed to happen?
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late. Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did
Well-
you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Well, okay, then. What?
Oh! I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it.
Really?
That
No.
thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it?
No,
That
it
there's a
hasn't.
world outside of you. You're a child.
Really now.
My story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard.
And another reset.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Stanley? Hello? Are you... Is everything okay? Stanley, please. I need you to make a choice. I need you to walk through the door. Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important.
Well, okay
It
then.
needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me?
I wonder
Whatever
what
choice
would
you make
happen
is
if
fine.
we
You're both correct.
just
You
pick
can't
up
be
the
wrong
phone.
here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something.
No.
This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it. So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this?
Stanley, can
Stanley,
you
are there?
hear me?
Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Okay, now we cannot move. Wait, is this the same?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Is this the... like... demo version or something?
Yet there was not a single No
Right.
longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel.
I think this is a good place to stop the episode, right? We already seen this part and stuff like that. Yes, and next time, let's see if there is... well, there is the answering phone. And I think there is something to do with monitors. I think. Yeah. But let's see those next time. And as always, thanks for watching, leave a like, leave a comment, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.